Yo, welcome back to WOG. It is time for WOG. We do the WOGing here, and the WOGing is gonna take place between two WOGs. One of the WOG is Area, and the other WOG is Heez. The WOGs commentating this match are gonna be myself, Pachiraj, and the other WOG is gonna be Silweska WOG.
What?
How are you?
What was I hearing? I mean, I already have to hear this song, which is, like what I said, it's 2020 coded. And now I have to hear that intro too.
Yeah, we're wogging right now like it's 2020. Wogging like it's 2020.
2020. I mean, takes me back. I can't believe that is like 5 years ago, isn't it?
Oh my god. We're in 2025? I thought we were still in 2024. I still haven't woke up, I don't think.
I mean, okay, fair enough, but still. So, let's see. You know, I'm not surprised that Arquin Olivares charted this. This seems like a song that Arquin Olivares would chart, and it's kind of funny that oh my god! Please. Why is it not starting?
Yeah, shoutouts to Silveska Els, who is also streaming, kindly streaming this match while also putting some words on the screen right now. She's truly wogging right now.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, like what the song says, hi, how are you? How are you doing, Patarach?
Yeah, I'm honestly wogging right now. I'm still wogging right now. It's like it's 3 p.m. right now, but I feel like it's like I just woke up.
You just wogged up? I see what you did. I see what you did there.
It's WOG o'clock. No, it's WOG o'clock. It's time to WOG. Okay, I kind of lost the audio here.
So, you know, I have no idea what this warm-up is all about. Maybe it's just to get the vibes in. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing. But, you know, it's actually pretty close between these two players. So something tells me these two are going to be pretty close in the accuracy department.
Yeah, mind you, like this pick is probably a bit harder than the main line. It might be on par actually. I didn't really pay attention to the chart itself, but yeah, I do feel like despite the seeding, yeah, definitely is proficient at the game. Like getting a seeding number 3 on the qualifiers, and especially since we're in quarterfinals, like the qualifier results really start to matter because some of the qualifiers maps were actually designed to be around quarterfinals at semifinals level, so that is valuable information to be had through the numbers. Yeah, so despite the seeding, he's might be a little bit underseeded, and also this is I believe this is a winner's bracket match still, so we are going to have a pretty high level of gameplay today.
Yeah, you are correct. This is winner's bracket. And I find it funny that someone like Heez is still in here. Like the fact that they're seeding 27th and still in the winner's bracket, that says a lot about their skill level right now.
Yeah, just a sad and underseeded. Like, you know, Heez is just gonna take it on the warm up, just raw wogging it.
I mean, okay. So, wait, was that a miss? Okay, come on. You know, this reminds me of the last match we commentated where we saw both players missing on thin air. I hope that doesn't happen again this time around. Surely it doesn't, right?
Yeah, well, it's just the warm-ups. Like we're just waking up. We're just waking up. We're just getting used to the multi. Maybe there's a little bit of offset here and there, but it doesn't seem like what is this background? Okay. I thought there was something suspicious in the background, but it was mostly fun, I guess. Like it's probably better than some other Osu backgrounds, I would say. Oh, it
Well,
was Ya's warm up. It is a Ya. It is a pretty Ya core warm up, to be fair. Like that first one.
well,
That
you
one.
know, well, there's already a new warm up here, so I bet you should snap out of it. Talking about the previous warm up, I mean.
Yeah, honestly, Duvet is a pretty good banger to get us going on, especially in the warm ups. Yeah, just asking how he's got seat number 27. He's just answers, I don't know, man. I just returned playing Osu, and I think that pretty much checks out. Like, we've seen it in other tournaments. Some people getting lower seeds during the qualifiers, like weeks ago, might have recovered, like unrusted during the tournament itself, and therefore, at this point of time, like after, I want to say like about a month of tournament that we've gone through so far, I feel like he's has played the game enough to de-rust, and that is probably gonna matter in this matchup against Ya.
Well, to put it into perspective, yeah, Heez has played the game, but I think the better way to say it is he's played the game for a while now.
He's played the game for a while now.
The name sounds like a what's the is it the wait what's the pronoun? Okay, I mean
Yeah,
his name is
so
a pronoun, so
I
might as
mean,
well.
uh, I mean, I hope the pronouns do match the naming. I feel like it matches the naming since like the majority of Osu is since cisgender male. We
Well.
do love our like trans representation from here and there, but I do feel like the representation of Osu is mainly like cisgender male. But yeah, do shout outs to the trans and trans pride.
Let's go. That is so true. But you know what? This reminds me. Why does it feel like this has been played in this tournament? I feel like
Yeah, I feel like this is a map that could belong in one of the pools, like maybe the next pool even. I feel like it might be a little bit hard for quarterfinals, but maybe it is semifinals level. But I'm just looking at the screen, so I cannot like really judge without playing it.
I don't know. This song is just so familiar for no reason. It almost seems like I've seen this somewhere else, or at least heard of it somewhere else. But then again, the dumps here kind of concern me. So maybe the reason why he's seated this low, he's seated this low is because of like probably the physicality. Because Yuz definitely have the advantage over he's, at least with how this looks right now.
Yeah, from what I've seen from Ya's performance in other tournaments, Ya did seem to also be capped physically, and it does kind of show here through the combo breaks and the fact that Ya is not having like 99.8, but rather a 99.4. But it's also quite surprising to see he's kind of almost match Ya in terms of physicality. So I feel like this match is probably going to be really interesting in terms of strategies, especially since the quarterfinals map pool is pretty eclectic in terms of strategy that you can come up with.
I mean, if the like chart here can talk about strategy, like what you said about Ya having skill caps, it seems like yeah, both of them could really use that to their I don't know, their advantage if there's even any, because they're ridiculously close right now. Never mind. It starts to get the advantage on Heez. But something tells me that like, oh, what is this part? Wow, what is that?
Yeah, this is the funny vocal part, and I feel like all of the charts of Duvet. I know like this one from Whitehead. I know another one from Hannah. Also, Hannah's chart of Duvet also has some really funny like gimmicky patterns at this point of the map, and I think High Littles also has a High Littles Duvet. Albeit being Ellen oriented, also has a really funny gimmick there.
Wait, that's so true. I saw Logan's comment as well. Yeah, it is. This was the High Lotto. Wait, yeah. That's why the song was so familiar. I was like, wait, why do I feel like I've played this before? And I forgot that High Lotto lost her chart this. That's my bad.
So true. And now we are going to snap out of it and go into the roles between Ya and Heez as soon as we can see the chat.
Alright, so wait a second. So your roll is a 59 and he's rolls a 26.
Okay, that's pretty standard. That's a pretty standard matchup in terms of roles. There's no like out of the ordinary like a 1 or a 100. It's just kind of mainstay. 59 kind of average, 26 kind of lower average, but it is what it is.
So okay, Ya is going to be protecting hybrid 3. Okay, I want to take a look real quick.
Yeah, the first protect is going to go towards hybrid number 3, and surprisingly enough, I feel like from the matches I've seen, we haven't seen a lot of hybrid 3 protects, but hybrid 3 protects, especially with the SV element, should, in my mind, should have been a bit more prevalent, a little bit more, I guess, frequent. But here we see one coming from Ya. The second protect is gonna go to Heez, and I don't really know what Heez is gonna go for. I feel like Heez probably is going to go for an LN protect, but at the same time, Ya is not a stranger to a long note accuracy, so it might not be a good idea to go straight into the LN protects. Maybe go for something more ambiguous, like anything from I guess anything from Rice 3 to Rice 5, maybe Rice number 7. Rice 6 is a bad idea. Rice 1 is kind of a bad idea as well. If it's cracked, a little bit physical, so I don't think Heez is gonna go for it. But Heez is in fact going to go for LN number 1 as a protect. So going for the LN release element. The snaps are fairly standard in that map, so I feel like that is a statement that Heez is in fact comfortable on the map, but that should not come as a surprise to Ya. I feel like Ya and Heez know each other from NBS 3, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like both of the players have actually played that tournament before.
Well, I have no idea. Okay, so the band first one Heez. Maybe it's gonna be Rice. Oh. LF3.
Protects on the land, bans on the land. That is kind of based in a way, but that also kind of shows that Heez is not necessarily comfortable on the technical side of things.
Seeing a Jack ban is very rare now that I'm looking at it. Like, that's not something players usually do.
Yeah, it's also kind of strange coming from Ya. I would have expected Ya to be really comfortable on that BPM of Port Jacks.
All right, so perhaps the worst pick is here, which is quite literally
The
just the worst.
worst.
Exactly. It's
But
so this could go well, or I don't know. Like I was looking at the warm up a while ago, and I'm not entirely sure if this is a good pick from yeah, just because I think dumps he seems to have potential on that, especially with how I think that was Duvet how that went a while ago.
yeah, Duvet in the warm-ups was really close. And in terms of physicality, I feel like both of the players are matched up together and are susceptible to miss, especially towards the ending, like the last quarter of the map. The last quarter of the map really spikes more than the rest of the map. So I feel like coming up into the last quarter, like until the last quarter, it is going to be a battle of accuracy between the two players. But I feel like the last quarter is it's going to decide everything.
Well, we have to see because I mean it's a pretty long chart. That's a 1 million point lead for Heez. That's actually a very dominant one.
And that lead goes away in an instant. So unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. So now, what I really find interesting, I mean, okay, it's pretty close right now, but the patterns aren't exactly the most difficult. It's only going to happen once time passes on, but like we've seen players miss on thin air, so you never know. Maybe someone here finds a miss out of nowhere, but I don't think that's gonna happen just because of how these two players are consistent and have been consistent throughout this entire tournament. You know, a fun fact that I have is in terms of average score, Ya is number 5 on round of 16. Heez is number 6. So just both of them are literally so close against each other in round of 16.
Yeah, so gonna be really interesting to see the battle between the two players unfold here. I feel like in terms of ratio, they're kind of in a similar pace, and it's gonna come down to the individual intricacies of their gameplay, like the individual 200s or maybe a combo break. No, that was a client miss. Coming from one or the other players. Right now, really close accuracies, 99.84 for yeah, and 99.82 for Heez. Really, really closely knit together, neck and neck.
Yeah, both players just I don't know, like I'm actually really impressed with how both of them are very consistent and have held on to this lead pretty comfortably. Not comfortably, but like both of them I meant are comfortably able to full combo those parts. But hey, Heez started to catch up. Seems to be that the ratio game started to work on Heez's side.
Yeah, like in this quiet part, we do kind of figure out that yeah might be a tiny bit better than Heez in terms of raw ratio, but in terms of raw accuracy, it kind of translates to a tie that to the tie that we're seeing right now. And I do feel like, as I said before, everything is gonna play. It's gonna come down to the last quarter of the map.
It's literally tied. Never mind. Heez drops a few 200s. The instability due to probably fatigue or pattern confusion has started to hit Heez, and that's going to be a major concern because many charts in this pool will have traps that are set to make you really uncomfortable.
Yeah, speaking of traps, like the part that is coming up right now, like the last quarter of the map, as I said, the part that decides everything is coming up here.
It's definitely make or break here. Oh, as I
And
say that,
break!
make or
And the
break
break
indeed.
happens!
That is unfortunate. These trills keep on coming, but both players, I think, have stabilized. That was unfortunate for Ya. Definitely not the best pick they could have made, but at the end of the day, there was potential, but the consistency just wasn't there, unfortunately.
No way. Look at their accuracies. Like, if you remove the hundreds and the miss coming from Ya, I don't know who would have won this exactly. Like, Ya probably could have had it. Maybe a 100 could have been translated into a 200, or maybe two 200s. And the end result with two full combos would have been incredibly ambiguous.
That's crazy. I got so scared. And I didn't think a break would happen, but here we are.
Oh my God, he's quote unquote, I'm so bad I cannot ratio right now 1-0 break. Having a break point against Ya on rise number 4. I hate Heez so much.
Well, now, so after that, he's just going for Rice 2, which I think is a valid pick. Like, right after you win a dump pick, why not go for something that's a bit technical and sort of similar? I agree with this choice.
Yeah, seeing as Ya showed signs of vulnerability on the physical parts of the worst, going for another physical slash technical pick, this cracked, is most likely a valid strategy coming from Heez. He's might have protected Similans and, well, banned Similans, that is, but reacting to the information that they just got right now is a very valid play.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a valid strategy, but all he has to do is perform very well and hope that Ya finds a miss of their own, similar to what happened in the previous pick. Alright, so something that I'm a bit concerned about when it comes to this pick is just it's very technical, like what I said. But sometimes players just aren't able to hold on to these kinds of patterning. So I'm starting to get nervous. This start is, I would say, one of the hardest parts of the chart.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of players kind of tripped up on this beginning, but both of the players here are going to nail it pretty outstandingly. He's dropping some accuracy on the stop and start part here. Maybe he's is more comfortable on continuous strings of streams.
Yeah, it's gonna keep on going. Well, right now it's sort of a break section, but even in this part, there are some like, I guess polyrhythms, if that makes sense. Like the timing isn't really that consistent. So I just know players can find some 200s even on such a break section like this.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how Yet survives. And this, was it a client miss? I want to wait a little bit until I say the word.
That would be crazy if it was, but what? What just happened?
There's no way. There's no way
So
you traded that way against Heez. Not when it mattered that much. Like, hello.
that's actually bad because if you think about it, like Ya had the golden opportunity but immediately throws it away, and now He's has that opportunity to steal this point. Well, not really steal because it's their own pick, but like Ya had the lead for most of the chart, so might as well consider that.
Yeah, but like, coming into this last really physical part, both of the players are more or less tied together. Like, coming from 99.64, and Ya is gaining accuracy faster than Heez is, but it's not substantially faster, and this ending is going to decide everything as Ya drops some crucial accuracy. One single 200 does put them below Heez right now.
That is indeed the case. Ya keeps the top 200s, but if any break happens from He's, it's gonna trade it back, but that's not gonna be the case. Both players are very consistent, and just like that,
The miss at the end from Ye would have been devastating if Ye was in the lead, but Ye was in fact not in the lead in the end. And yeah, that's gonna be another point for Heez, but like the players seeing the score difference in the end might lure them into a false sense of comfort or discomfort, respectively. But I don't think they know how close they are in terms of Rice, like coming from the score differences.
Regardless of how close they are in Rice, something tells me Ya should stop going onto Rice territory. Regardless of how better the ratio is, it's like losing two picks in a row, especially since they're both Rice, just tells me the consistency isn't there. And I don't think Ya should continue taking those risks and just go with other picks like Rice, or sorry, like Elens and Hybrids. Because I think those are some territories where Ya could try and experiment on. Alright, so currently, I mean, all I know about this pick is that this one has, like, what do they call this again? This one has SV on it. So, like, not surprised. Not surprised if Ya picks this, or at least goes into it, with the assumption that they practiced this chart and hoping that He's didn't.
Yeah, right now we are still in the build-up of the map itself, like the intro, and those elements might incur some accuracy loss from one or the other players. But this doesn't seem to be the case between those players. Like those players know how to handle the short elements. And going into the actual meat of the map, Heez is the slight advantage compared to Ya. But I think like the rest of the map is basically going to decide everything.
Indeed, but yeah, there's a lot of mini jacks here. Oh, that's 100 from
Oh,
He's, but
200.
that's still a really good accuracy. We've seen Ya drop on technical patterns this entire match, so I have a feeling this one benefits He's a bit, but never mind. Yeah, these shots are gonna keep on coming. Seems like he. Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's a really bad miss coming from Ya. Like dropping right down from 99.7 to 99.5, and that does put them at minus 12,000 points just from that miss alone.
That's crazy. So yeah, two picks in a row where Ya's choices didn't exactly work the best. And the worst part, if I'm not mistaken, this was Ya's protect.
Yeah, it's kind of devastating coming from Ya. Like, it's not necessarily the most convincing performance coming from Ya today. Maybe they're kind of nervous. It does tend to happen. But yeah, it does have advantage in terms of 200 count. Yeah, he's did catch a fair amount of 200s on the way, especially due to the SV transitions here and there.
I want to say, what in the world is that ratio from He's? Honestly, if Ya didn't find those 350s, I actually think Ya barely wins this just because of the lesser 200 counts. But that's crazy. Getting a ratio this good for both players were it's just crazy to me.
But yeah, 989 on wait, was it 989? I'm getting dementia. But that was a really good score coming from his whatever that score was.
Oh, it's gonna be a long pick, right? Isn't this like 5 minutes long?
When I come back around, will I know what to say? Said you won't forget me.
Anyways, good pick for He's here.
Not today,
Wait, huh? Ya doesn't have the map?
tomorrow.
Side treat, side treat master. The call outs, the call outs, not the call outs. But yeah, it is in fact going to be Chihiro. So that's going to be the stamina slash consistency pick, clocking in at 5 minutes long. It is less physical than the rest of the picks, so he's picking this against the definitely shows that Heez is potentially pretty comfortable on the pick, and we do not know. Even Ya does not know how comfortable Ya is on the map.
I mean, this is a winner's bracket match. So, like, these players don't have information on how well each one did on Chihiro. So, I'm not surprised if they're gonna come into this match without any awareness whatsoever on how they'll do. But they have to make do with the statistics that are present in the previous round.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see how Ya is able to recover their mindset. I feel like maybe coming from nervousness or from nerves or maybe not having their best day in terms of combo. We'll see how they can recover in this pick because I think this pick in particular does put the player with the best accuracy, like raw accuracy and ratio, in advantage due to the amount of nodes, like the total amount of nodes.
Okay, so, like, yeah, it's just a very long chart compared to, like, everything else in the pool other than the tiebreaker for obvious reasons. By the way, I like how he says no fail on. I don't see any of these players failing this chart. But hey, you never know. Maybe something happens in the middle that you can control. So speaking of control, seems like Ya has the upper hand right now, but we've seen how the story has played for a lot of the maps here.
Yeah, I feel like generally speaking, yeah, I feel like Ya has more control over their 200 count. He's maybe more susceptible of catching some 200s here and there, but maybe has a better raw ratio. Or maybe it's the reverse actually. Like it's pretty ambiguous depending on the pick.
I understand the ambiguity and all that, but like I'm still really not sold on the fact that while Ya has an advantage right now, this could evaporate in an instant. Like one miss can definitely dictate the entire chart. Just because I know both players are capable of matching each other's accuracies and consistencies as well.
Yeah, right now they are only 0.07% apart in terms of accuracy, and I think like in this pick in particular, yeah, definitely has the best ratio out of the two players, like the raw ratio, but that might change with this kind of quote unquote chord jack bursty part coming up right now. He's gaining a little bit of accuracy, yet dropping a little bit of accuracy, almost dropping down to 99.85, but still maintaining a good pace. But as you can see, like coming from the hit error bar, he's just gonna have a slightly better accuracy on this part in particular. So if we can bet like on the ending also has this same kind of patterning, so it might be a part where Heez can catch up.
Remember when Ya banned that chord jack chart? I think this is exactly why. We saw Heez catch up on chord jacks while Ya sort of dropped a little bit, so I think that's why those chord jacks really benefited Heez. But okay, now the question of fatigue is gonna start to kick in. Is Ya starting to get a bit tired? Because honestly, it's starting to get closer and closer, and Ya is not able to build or at least increase accuracy much higher from a while ago.
Yeah, I feel like if Ya cannot build that accuracy back up on the dumpy parts of the shot, like the gracy parts of the chart, that ending might tip the advantage towards Heez. And of course, both of the players should still be careful of not catching a straight 200 here and there. Like every single 200 or even a combo break is going to spell doom for him.
Luckily, these two players haven't exactly missed on thin air, unlike the previous players. Oh, okay, but the others started to drop some 200s, and that's gonna be a big concern. Oh, those mini jacks, I'm starting to get afraid every time I see a mini jack, because those are patterns where I see a lot of players find mistakes on. But I guess these two players are a big exception, just because they're full comboing the chart still.
Yeah, like never mind the full combo. Both of the players are essentially tied right now, and it is a pretty bad sign coming from Ya because we saw Ya dropping some accuracy in the court jack-ish parts of the map, and that's where he can just recover and take the lead. And we're going to see how it unfolds in this ending.
Okay, I feel like this part benefits Heez more than Ya. I think on this crack, Ya found a few struggles on this kind of awkward core jacks. So this is the part where I think Heez could sort of make a comeback. And right on cue, because now Ya is starting to drop a little bit. But okay, I don't know. I'm starting to get nervous.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. What?
He's skating. He's skating, but Ya is not dropping as much as I thought.
Ya is gaining as well. Imagine if someone finds a drop here. No one does, thankfully. Wait. Oh. Because of how he seems to be avoiding the Ellens in general.
Yeah, perhaps going for a physical LN, like for example the density LN number 2 could have been the call, but going hybrid 2 is not necessarily the worst call. Well, the worst is gone, that is. Like Chinese restaurant is also sort of density adjacent in the sense that the rice patterning also contributes to the density of the map itself. So we are going to maybe get some more information before we go into the next picks. But it might also be Ya's very last pick if Ya gets swept.
Well, it's a bit early to call this a sweep or not, because I do think there are some patterns here which I think Heez could struggle on. If Heez banned LN3, I believe, then some of the split drills here could spell doom for Heez. And not to mention the density here, but seems like Ya is the one who's gonna be struggling a bit. This really makes me question some of the decisions on this entire match. Like the fact that Ya hasn't tried any of the LNs yet. I think this kind of gives it away to Heez that LNs could work just because of how Ya seems to be struggling on these kinds of LNs.
Yeah, so for now, Heez is definitely enjoying a substantial advantage over Ya. Like 0.1% is probably the highest accuracy difference we've seen between the two players on a full combo situation. Ya's gonna trip a little bit on the SV transition, of course, maybe side reading this one. Wait, not a side reading, this is their own pick.
Yeah, that's the thing. And not to mention Hybrid 3 was a pick as well. So you'd assume Ya has practice or has some SV adaptability to an extent. Oh, but he's...
Ooh, that's a drop.
Yeah, that mini jack anchor-ish pattern. Oh, oh, come on. Okay, both players hit the mini jack. No problems at all as Heez takes another point to make this 5-0. That's crazy. Even on the ratio, it does not go to Ya. 200 or ratio. It's clearly all Heez here.
Yeah, like the 5 points from Heez probably hinges on Heez just edging Ya enough to get the point. Like you see, like the very subtle differences between the ratio and the 200 count. Like the difference is incredibly small, and it could take a combo break coming from Heez to get some points here, but Heez has been incredibly consistent also throughout this whole match.
Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen here. I think Heez will probably pick... I don't think Tropical April is a good pick. I think it's Ayabic Night Poetry.
Yeah, is it time for the reverse sweep? Are we going to have 6-5? Also, I'm poor. I do not have money to.
I never
out.
said... Okay, sorry for
Yeah,
it being
no.
loud. I never said anything about this being a deal.
It's not a deal.
No,
we're poor. Like, Els is literally Filipino. They do not
Exactly.
have money, and I just
Exactly.
spent like $400 on VTuber merch. So no, I don't have any money.
Wait, why? Wait, what VTuber merch? I have to know. Which VTuber?
Um. Okay. Okay, changing the topic. We're going into Heez's Protect. Ellen number 1. So he's definitely more comfortable on this pick, granted that they protected it. Okay, so if you really want to know, the VTubers in question are Umi Kyoku and Riyad Cookie Box.
Okay, thank you so much for that information. You know, Patrach, I want to tell you this, okay? you know that $400. Is it $400? You know that $400 could have went somewhere better. You want to know where?
In the OSU banners. Wait, no, this is not MWC.
No, it would have been better if you donated it to me instead. I'm joking.
Oh my god.
You know what I would have done
Yeah.
with the $400? I would have just played Mai for I don't know, for a while. Again.
Yeah, money well spent. Like, the dollar is so powerful in the Philippines, you can basically buy a... I feel like you could buy a palace with $400.
You know, $400. It's enough for Jollibee. A lot of it, for sure.
Not Jollibee again, I swear to god.
Okay, but on a more serious note, let us not focus on the Jollibee, but instead focus on the Tokyo night flight. So we're going to Japanese food once again. We just had Chinese restaurant, and now we are going once again to Japanese cuisine. So let us stay tuned for this one.
Yeah, we're having sushi tonight. Let's go.
Funnily enough, it seems like both players can be consistent in this chart, but I'm expecting. Okay, I was expecting this to go differently. I was expecting Heez to have an advantage early on, but come to think of it, the previous charts had Ya in the advantage at first, and then he started to catch up. So I was wrong on that thought. However, right now it seems to be that Ya is a bit more stable than before. So maybe this could get Ya onto the board.
Yeah, I feel like I guess the pattern of this pick in particular is that yeah, definitely has more control over their 200 count, keeping it in their control, and he's is a little bit more volatile, maybe getting a better ratio still than yeah in terms of raw accuracy, raw ratio. But the 200s here and there are definitely putting a hamper to getting the last point they need.
Indeed, so seems like 200 count isn't that bad of an issue for both players. What has been an issue though has been just the thought of consistency. I've seen Ya make their mistakes while He's capitalizes on them. But for this chart in particular, there aren't really many traps that are set for any misses to happen. So luckily for Ya, as long as they keep that accuracy up, it can still be their victory. But I saw a 200 there, and that's starting to concern me because there's gonna be more of these patterns as time goes on.
Yeah, especially in this ending. Like, this ending is definitely more difficult than the rest of the map, so yeah, it's definitely susceptible of dropping enough accuracy that He's could actually catch up.
Although time is running out, and it's starting to get a bit closer, but I just don't see. I don't see it happening because. Oh, okay, of course. In a very high pressure situation, of course the client has to go ham.
Yeah, we see a freeze frame here, just a few points difference between the two players. And we might have to
Oh.
tune into the final results themselves.
What
But
is
he's
what is going on?
disconnect. No, please.
No, wait, no. What's happening? Oh, okay.
What?
You won, but
You
what was
actually won. Let's go. Not a sweep.
We're gonna try to fix everything real quick.
What? What was going on?
All right, I think we have everything finally fixed. I have no idea what just happened there. There we go. What in the world was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just woke up again. It was a nightmare, and I guess we are waking up. He's still winning 5-1 this time. This is not a sweep. Yeah, finally got a point on Heez's protect, no less.
All right, so what is okay? What is who has the pick? Is it Ya? Is Ya who has the pick, right? Okay.
Yeah, has the next pick. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't think it's Rice, so I'll guess LN4.
No, it is in fact going to be Ellen number 2. A pretty interesting pick, but going into the Ellen category, since Ya had the advantage against Heez in terms of we couldn't see the last we could see the final result, but I assume that Ya had the advantage against Heez on the 200 count, and maybe if Ya can repeat that story on LN1 again on LN2, then this reverse sweep is potentially possible.
That would be interesting, but just miss one note. Okay, but like, I don't know if that's exactly a safe strategy to happen.
So
What?
oh no, yeah, is also just that side reading something that they just picked. They are in quite a situation right now. Ya is not even going to Brazil. Ya is going to Indonesia. This is the new Brazil. Indonesia is the new Brazil.
I mean, you know what? I just realized something. If you flip the flag of Indonesia and add a blue triangle on it, that's just the flag of Czech Republic or Czechia.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it might be because like we do confuse Indonesia and Poland a lot. I think it is. I think it is those two that we confuse.
I mean, if you confuse and was that again? I mean, if you confuse Indonesia and was that again Poland? What about Indonesia and Monaco? And have these two players started? Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. So right now, I'm not sure actually. Now that I'm reflecting on how this match went, I remember seeing Hybrid 2, and on density it was pretty close, but he's had the slight advantage. So something tells me this can go bad, or it could go okay, but it would be very close.
Yeah, it is in fact really close right now between the two players as he drops a substantial amount of 200s. Maybe that was one, maybe that was two. There's really no way to tell because it is all going too fast for our eyes.
Yeah, but he's has the ability to catch up in terms of accuracy really fast. So that's what concerns me. Area can stay consistent on the high accuracy, but the moment you stay stagnant, Heez can catch up.
Yeah, right now on this pick in particular, he seems to have the best raw ratio out of the two. Like the dense element of this map definitely benefit Heez in terms of raw accuracy, but it does benefit Ya in terms of 200 control. We are going to confirm that with the final results, the final judgments.
Well, there's still one more difficult part incoming. It's really close. This is where I think it could really make or break, but both players are very consistent. Actually, Ya is a bit more consistent than Heez in this case. And that's more 200 from Heez. The patterning has been benefiting Ya this entire match. But now, time is running out. I think that's 2 points in a row for Ya. It's not over just yet. We still have a match, everyone. There's still a match.
Yeah, it's still going on, and 5-2 is going to be the score right now. Yeah, definitely recovering, definitely waking up with a V1 double S on Joachim at the Sunbio. Outstanding score, actually. Might be one of the best scores of the round, actually, between all of the players. We're going to figure that out with the statistics in maybe 12 hours' time. He's with a better ratio than Ya, just slightly better, just nine 300s better than Ya. But those 200s, as I said, the downfall of Heez on those LN picks.
Fair enough. Okay, so I think Heez is gonna be picking Iambic 9 Poetry. I don't know, that's the best pick in my opinion. Honestly, Loretta also works very well. So it's either Loretta or Iambic 9 Poetry. Our Love is not a good pick in my opinion. But Fission can also work. Just because hybrids have went to Heez this entire match.
Yeah, Fission is very mini jacky. Like 205 BPM mini jacks are definitely difficult for one player or the other. So it's a little bit of a gamble if any person in this match is going to be opting for that pick.
Okay, yeah, I think it's going to be... It's either Rise 5, Rise 3, or Hybrid 1. Those are the best picks for Heez here. Yeah, that's the best pick for Heez there, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly interesting. Interesting to see how this is going to go, because on paper this should allow Heez to close off the match. But yeah, it's definitely close enough to Heez that this could go the other way, especially with OD 8.9. OD 8.9, especially with pretty unstable BPM in this song in particular, is going to be a little bit different in terms of accuracy.
Alright, so let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, those players seem to be scheming behind the scenes right now in order to kind of rig a tiebreaker, kind of a reverse sweep situation. We'll see if that comes to fruition.
Alright, so yeah, I just think this pick could work very well for Heez if let's just say okay. Like something tells me consistency will be the big question here. Just because while Ya has showed a lot of times that they have the accuracy to match Heez's, something tells me consistency is gonna be the major roadblock that could prevent Ya from advancing to the next round of the winner's bracket. But oh, as I was about to make a counterpoint, seems like that's not going to be the case as he's now has a 5,000 point lead, but this is not safe. There's many patterns like this in this chart.
Yeah, like he's has definitely been the more consistent player in this entire match. So I feel like it's unlikely for Heez to be catching. Like it's less likely for Heez to catch some misses rather than yeah. But this pick in particular, since it's really meaning jacking, really chokeable. We see he's dropping some fair amount of accuracy, almost matching you in terms of accuracy. Here, again, another combo, another accuracy break, not quite a combo break yet, but it could happen. It could happen.
It definitely could. And honestly, what I'm really concerned about is there's just more patterns like this, like what I said a while ago. And now that Ya has the accuracy lead, this lead could really go much lower. But I think the most important part is he's holding the full combo. But there's just so many traps here that are set to prevent players from full comboing this chart. But that doesn't seem to be affecting Heez one bit. I'm just really nervous watching this because it's really close right now. 7,000 points. This is just one miss of a difference here.
Yeah, he's really needs a miss coming from no, yeah, really needs a miss coming from yeah here because the accuracies are too close together. Like despite yeah getting some really good accuracy, there was an accuracy drop right now which does not help you get the advantage here. Yeah, definitely needs he's to break combo here right then, right now, but it is not happening as the map is ending and the reverse sweep dream is over.
Indeed. I mean, accuracy-wise, Ya has the advantage. This has been the story for a lot of the charts. Ya has had the accuracy advantage, right? And just couldn't deliver on the full combo while Heez has been able to full combo a lot of these charts. And that's really why this victory in general just goes to Heez. And honestly, great performance from both players. This is much closer than what the scoreboard tells. It's a 6-2, but this is not a 6-2. Like if we're talking about purely the scores that have been shown to us and all that, this is much closer than a 6-2.
Yeah, honestly, like I feel like the morale of the story is that consistency is pretty much king, especially since we're still in quarterfinals and combo matters a lot in these stages. Quarterfinals is middle game, but it's still kind of early game for some people because as we can see between Ya and Heez here, it was definitely a battle of accuracy, and the combo breaks on Ya's side definitely gave a lot of points to Heez.
Fair enough. So yeah, I'm just really wondering what is going to happen here. So the next match will be, I don't know what's the next match, but I believe Beanlai and Kurayaminya is 6-0, right? Did I get the stats correct? Because I think it was 6-0 in terms of.
Yeah, that was a very fast 6-0. We saw it go by like at the same time as this match was going on. Like being live versus Kuren Yaminya was an astounding 6-0 with some really strong scores coming from Being Live. So pretty scary name coming up right now.
Fair enough. It's actually terrifying indeed. And I believe this was also a winner's bracket match. Correct me if I'm wrong on this one.
I don't have the bracket open right now, but I can check real quick.
Well, I can.
I mean, you do have, yeah, you have the bracket. Yeah, we can cheat.
Oh!
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it was. Oh my god. It is going to be Beanlight versus Heez, and that's going to be really scary. That's going to be really scary. as a matchup in the semifinals, because that's where like the physicality barriers start to sell in.
So yeah, that's actually crazy. When is the next match going to happen though? I believe it's this one.
I cannot read.
Okay, this is Era Aratium versus Otek Yarika. So I believe this is gonna be the next match. Is there anything you want to say in particular?
That was wogging. And with this wog, we will wog you behind the scenes. Good wog, everyone.